buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of online. No, not online. I'm actually there. Facilities maintenance. On to the next project. Putting ventilation in the paint booth that you see behind me. Technically it has ventilation, but it was installed all wrong. The exhaust that leads up to the blower is in the ceiling right there. But the kids do all their work on the bench over there. And the problem with that is that the intake is down there. And if you look closely, the filter accommodation was put on the inside. And this blower motor is so strong, it would suck that out of there faster than you could suck on a straw drinking a milkshake. I just realized that's not very fast. Okay, so it would suck it out of there right away, like. So my plan is thus. I've enlarged the hole 400% larger than it is, because we don't want any velocity coming through there. You want the air to be drawn into the room gently. The other thing that I have to do is, because the old exhaust is right up there, what ends up happening is the air would come in and it would just go straight out there, right? It would just be this loop. It would go and straight up there, meaning that any of the work that the kids are doing over here is not being exhausted at all. There's no air exchange happening over in this end of the room. So what I will be doing is removing that vent from the ceiling and running the duct, which is currently just up there and coming straight to there, across the ceiling and coming down the wall here. And what I'm going to do is put it right through the bench top. I'm going to panel this across to seal the bench, if that makes sense, and then drill about 372 holes in the top of this. And so when the fan is running, it's actually drawing everything down into the project table that the kids are working on. So it will take all the fumes directly away from them. Nothing will come up in their face at all. That's the plan, and it's going to work. It'll be awesome. Wow! So that is one large mamma jamma. It's got to be 16 inches across. I'm tapering down to 4 inches. But before you go, hey Arne, how are you going to do that? If we go way back here, it does drop to 8 inches back there. And I do have a reducer to go from 8 inches to 4 inches. So I think we'll be okay. To get myself in the weirdest locations, that is for sure.
I do love my work light. I have to start by cutting all the insulation wrapping off of this. What did I call that? Oh yeah, the big mamma jamma. Yeah, that's all got to come off. And then once I've done that, I can get rid of this bad boy and then connect to there and run that out and down over to about there at the far wall, and then go straight down to the bench. Bye-bye.
I gotta say, the fella that did all this work, and it's a lot of work, it's all gotta go because it was done wrong.
Hello? Well, that's better. And secondary to the ducting, I will have to frame in and drywall and mud and tape this this hole up, because, you know, Nobody needs a 2x2 hole in their ceiling. There's our 8-inch, and I am ready to start putting it back together.
Okay, I've put the reducer adapter on, and yeah, you notice that? It's not an 8-inch opening. It looks more like 9 inches. It's not 10, it's somewhere in the middle. But, yeah. Hashtag I can fix that. I knew it. I'm being punished for something. Hey! Hey! I am Megaphone Man! Hear me when I speak.
I'm talking about. Oh, I never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have.
It was in reverse. You can make a seal out of that. And by seal, I don't mean...
You will remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become wide and... I can turn you to a kiss from Rose of the Grave.
I can feel an outside breeze blowing through here. I keep myself entertained, and really, if you can't have fun while you're working, then your work isn't as much fun, is it? Almost there. I've got a wrap going all the way around, almost. This piece will do it. And then once I'm there, I'll put a little bit more at that overlap joint at the top. And then I can start building this thing out over there where it needs to go. I just heard some noise down below, which is really weird because I think I'm the only person here. The idea is to make this thing completely airtight. The more airtight it is, the less air bleeding you have, as they like to say in the trades, the more efficient it'll be. And the more efficient it is, the better it works. Because we love our kids. We want to protect them, and we want the best for them. And I'm not just saying that, it's true. That is sealed. Seal. I think I should do that every time I say seal. On to the next stepperoo. Oi! Did I get fatter while I was up here? Exhale. Old trick I learned in the Navy. So you can see, it comes in an open piece. You have to clip together. But the hand strength to do this is beyond even mine. Yeah, I've made some progress, but I am at the part of the job where it's kind of hard. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay. Here comes the painful part.
So I've landmarked where the vent is going to come through the ceiling. There's the end of our vent right there. But I can't reach up through the hole and pull it down because, well, there's only one hole, and that hole is sized for the vent. So I have to go from the top. So here's the problem. Going from the top is a very narrow pathway. It's a tight fit, and well, I am me. So I have to try and figure out a way to take the tools that I need, lay on the trusses, not the drywall, and make the connection. But I'm by myself, and so how do I get the pipe up from the bottom? I'm gonna have to take the pipe and maybe put a screw in the side of it and slip it up through and basically hang it off the screw until I can make a solid connection from the top. I think that is what I will try to do. Okay, so I popped the screw into the side of this duct here, and that should allow me to fit it up through the hole and just let it hang off the screw so that I can go up top and make my connection. Okay, check this out. I opened up the hole just enough to allow this to slide in, and if you notice that little notch there, I can get the screw past that, and then a little turn to the right, and lock it in place.
Okay, here comes the painful part. Trying to call way back there.
Sometime later.
Well, I might be in here almost as far as I can go, and I'm not quite there. Let me show you. There. My hand can reach to there. I have to get another 2 feet forward without falling through the ceiling. Okay. I made it. Here. Look at the screw there. That's what I used to hold it in place. And this just has to slip over. It's going to be very tight underneath the edge of that. Oh, man.
It is a good thing I had my phone with me. If I wouldn't have been recording, I wouldn't have had it with me. And if I wouldn't have had it with me, I wouldn't have been able to make the call that I needed to make in order to do what I needed to do.
Okay. Thanks to Eric for the massive assist. I needed this rasp in order to notch the 2x4 back a little bit in order to make this connection. But Eric was at the high school and I'm stuck up here. I didn't have it in me to go back out and then try and get back in here. So Eric was able to come and fish this rasp up to me. Woo! Okay. Progress and pain. Okay. Making progress. I am now ready to connect these two pieces together here. And that will run up and connect to that piece there. And once I've done that, I finish wrapping it with insulation. And then I'm out of here other than to fix this tiny little hole we have in the ceiling. While I'm wrapping the insulation around the pipe to minimize condensation in the pipe in the winter time, because the air within the shop that's being drawn through here is heated air. It's cold up here, as it is in the winter, and what you get then is hot meeting cold, and you get condensation in the pipe itself. You get enough of it, and it can actually run right back down and drip inside. So wrapping it and sealing it in insulation goes a long way towards preventing that. And as you can see, I have no shortage of insulation left over from all the big ducting and no shortage of tuck tape. So that is the blower unit itself, and that duct runs down here and all the way through into the shop drops down out of the ceiling and down towards the project bench. Now when I am finished, that will actually go through the top of the project bench, and I'm going to seal up the project bench from below, so it will be a sealed unit. And then I'm going to, as I said earlier, drill many holes through the top of the bench itself, so that when the blower fan is exhausting air, it's actually drawing it down through the top of the project bench.
I love having access to tools in the shop, like the table saw to cut the sheeting, and the air tools to nail backing and the actual sheeting into place itself. So I'll be able to attach it and seal it up, and we'll have an airtight project bench. Me likey. So, how many holes have we got here? What's your guess? Okay, the answer is 240 holes. That's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Okay, we're getting there. The bottom is closed off. The top of the table, the project table, is vented. And the ducting is running to our air handling unit up in the ceiling. So let's turn it on and see what happens. It's definitely quieter in here than it was before. It used to be very loud. I can totally feel the air moving past my fingers. So this will draw fumes down into itself now and vent them away from the students when they're using the table. Well, now that the project table is fully enclosed and vented and working perfectly, next on the agenda is to figure out this intake opening, which will allow a lot more air in. And there won't be any velocity, any breeze. It'll just be a gentle intake. And you can see I've put some wire mesh on it. That will hold back the filter material. And what I have to construct, when I get access to it again, will be a hinged door that I will mount to this frame that I've attached to the wall itself. The frame's attached to the wall and it's holding the wire mesh in place. That'll keep the filter from being sucked into the room. That'll just support the filter. I'm going to use a washable filter material because we want it to be serviceable. Okay, away we go. But how many of the clamps will you use, Arnie? All of them.